Super Rugby Grand Final 2026. I did not see that margin coming. 60 points to 5. The Chiefs were lucky to get 5 in this game. Unbelievable. This Hurricanes team, I think, has to go down as one of the greatest teams in Super Rugby history. To finish top of the log and to smash the Brumbies, then the Blues, and then the Chiefs, the way they have done 3 weeks in a row in knockout footy, it's a pretty incredible effort. Now, you can argue, man, maybe Super Rugby this year is not that competitive. Some of the chasing packs just not that good. The way the Hurricanes have played, not for the first week now, the rugby they play, in the conditions they play them in, it was wet and it was blowing a gale. But you wouldn't, apart from a few kind of early missed passes and kicks and whatnot, the Hurricanes can play in these conditions that make otherwise very good players look bang average. This Hurricanes team is still very good. It happened to the Brumbies and now it's happened to the Chiefs. Terrible conditions, and yet the Hurricanes just play like it's a normal day. That's what I think sets them apart as just such a great team. We'll go through some of the key events and stats, but boy, it's a walloping. The biggest margin of defeat in Super Rugby Finals history. And for the Chiefs, that's your 4th in a row. It's the worst of the bunch. You thought the Blues result was bad a few years ago. Goodness me. 60 points to 5. You very nearly got nilled. Conditions were tough. Like I said, the wind was horrendous. Like Roygard, I think one of his first passes just like deviated in the air, went into the turf. It was horrendous wind. D-Max kicking. My goodness, it was rough early. Like, yeah, it was not good. They put a stat up at one point, or did I look it up? I can't remember. But the Chiefs could not escape their half, partly because of the wind. And I thought this first half, maybe the Chiefs, I know that the wind swirls, so it's kind of hard to get an idea about it, but maybe the Chiefs are somehow playing with a wind disadvantage in the first half. They could not exit. When they tried to exit, either the kick would be terribly caught up in the wind or they would get charged down. It happened a couple of times. They couldn't escape their own half, and Morby got the try on 6 minutes, which took him equal with Whittingham for most tries of the season. He would bag 2. It was very nearly a quickfire double when Geordie Barrett had a line break, but Tupaia put in a nice tap tackle and Fina won them a turnover, but it was all Canes. All Canes. And you wonder, how much is this the wind? Is it a 5-point wind, 10-point wind, 15-point wind, 20-point wind? Turns out it wasn't the wind. It was just the Canes. The second try came, it was a grubber through. It was kind of messy, but Ruben Love was kind of able to pounce on it, and he did a bit of showboating when he went over the line. He very nearly got the ball whacked out of his hands by Ratsama, but he scored the try. 12 points to 0, and they have just been dominating the position, dominating the territory, and like D-Max restarts, both of them went too deep. So we had 5-meter scrums. The wind was affecting the Chiefs, but the Canes are just playing. That's why I think like you can't just say everyone else is bad, makes the Hurricanes look good, because they're not looking very much affected by the wind. Like if you take the other team out of it, just look at the skills execution from the Hurricanes guys. Maybe they're used to it because it's Wellington, but geez, it was bad conditions and they didn't look it. Hurricanes had a scrum on 25 minutes, wide ball, Luckeye. It was very slick passing, like so good. Luckeye had a hand on it. Callum Harkin, feigning an awful, got his 17th and record-breaking try of the season. So he goes first overall for Super Rugby try scored in one season and a sideline conversion from Love, despite the conditions. 19 points to 0. And that started, again, with a Chiefs mistake. And it's one of those days where seemingly just everything went wrong with the Chiefs. Kicks would go up in the air and be blown backwards. They would knock the ball on. They had a scrum feed, which led to this try, which was like they fed it and it kind of bounced back. They couldn't quite get the hook. And they ended up with a free kick to the Canes. So, like, just nothing was going right for them. Like, they were struggling. Partly the conditions, partly skills execution, partly decision-making, whereas the Canes were not having these issues. But 19 points to 0. Best Chiefs chance on 30 minutes. They go multi-phase, and Norris gets held up. I think it was Harkin who got under the ball with the try saver for that one. So, One shot not taken for the Chiefs in this first half. The next Canes chance, they took it 11 phases. Jordie Barrett with the break, and he's able to just free the hands. Like he virtually shoves the ball into the hands of Harkin, who goes over for the try before halftime. Like freeing the hands in the tackle, the offload game. Like if you want a key difference maker in this game, I'll get to the stats at the end, but the offload game for the Canes, despite the horrendous wind, was quite incredible. I don't even know if it was an offload where you just shove the ball into him like that, but it sets up a try. 26-0. 26-0 in this grand final, which has been much hyped up. And then Ruben Love from halfway with the wind-assisted penalty. The wind must have been blowing pretty much straight on the barrel for that one because it didn't swirl. But he had a hell of a strike to kick it from halfway. 29-0 at halftime. It's not supposed to be that way. You're thinking, man, if it's a 10-point win, the Chiefs are still 10-point win. The Chiefs have still got a long way to go back. Is it a 15-point win? I'm, as a neutral, kind of hoping maybe it's a 20-point win. Like, and then maybe the Chiefs stop, with the errors, and then maybe we get a contest in the second half. No. I mean, the first half, the possession's 59-41. The territory 64-36. And the wind. It's got to be the wind. The lineouts are both kind of shocking, but the line breaks is 10-2. The defenders beaten is pretty even, 14-16, but there's been very little kicking. 7 kicks from the Canes, 8 kicks from the Chiefs. Because you can't kick that well in the wind, so we had a lot more kind of ball in hand stuff going on. Second half, though, and the Canes proved that it is quite possible to score going the other direction because Morby gets his second. It's a scrum, and it's the Canes, the magic hands, man. Like, they're not playing like a team which is struggling to hold on to the ball. Love, he had the kind of skipping past the defender of the Chiefs, gets it out to Morby. He scores, so him and Finninganofo both have 17 for the season. So they are equal now top try scorers. The Canes have scored over 100 tries this year, man. They've been phenomenal. 36-0. Vati goes off for an HIA, so it doesn't get any better for the Chiefs. They'd lost Ahio in the first half, their tight head prop. I don't know, man. There's been nothing really going for the Chiefs. It's just not their day. Flanders, as they start to run amok in his final game for the Canes, he gets one to make it 41-zip. Jordie Barrett gets one after, like, I'm talking nothing going right. Like, D-Mac is sweeping back on a kick through. Literally, the turf gives out from beneath him. Like, this is the grass, the soil is going against you at this point. He slips, kind of has to bobble the ball on the ground. He gets pinged for not releasing as the Canes players arrive, and then from the resulting play, the Canes are able to score, so we're 48 points to 0. And you wonder, man, is this going to be literally the worst result ever? Like, the Chiefs have already got the record for the worst against the Bulls all those years ago, and it was like 60-odd, 17. They haven't even looked like scoring. And at the rate the Canes are going, this could get worse, and it would get worse. And again, it's just like a Chiefs mistake leads to a Canes try. And at this point, I guess the Chiefs, man, they're just chucking around everything. Like, Leroy Carter has a run on the right wing. They're about to be bundled into touch. So he offloads, goes to nobody. Of course, it goes to a Canes player. They snaffle it. Lakai gets a big line break. He gets tackled by Jacob. It was a good effort to tackle him because I thought Lakai might have been away. Grabs him by the jersey, pulls him down. But then Ruben Love with the finish in the corner. The dude's like upside down when he finishes the damn thing. He's like diving over the line, so his head's pointing at the ground, his feet are up. It's like a roll over the top. Oh, it's gorgeous stuff. Like, they're a special team, man. 53 points to 0. They did get the consolation on 74 minutes through Akoi, but boy, did they have to work for it, the Chiefs. But if you're ever thinking last try wins, well, the last try goes to the Canes because Rover got one on 77 minutes. And at that point, like, the Chiefs aren't tackling, man. They're giving up. So 60 points on the board for the Canes. That is a walloping. Like, I stand by the fact, man. Like, I will hear the argument that Super Rugby this year, some of the teams haven't been that good, but the Canes have been walloping everybody. Everybody. They lost 2 games all year. Was it 1 in Golden Point? They lost 1 in Fiji when they sent kind of a B team. Fiji can be a tough place to go. This Canes team's been special. It's been multiple times. Like the Brumbies game in the qualifying final. Look, the Brumbies came into that one in poor form. They lost to Moana. But they were playing like a team who were playing in tough conditions. You would understand the knock-ons, but then you watch the Canes in the same conditions just look effortless. That's what they've been able to do. It's something special. It's an amazing thing to see. Like, as much as this sucks as a final for the neutral, you can't help but marvel at this Hurricanes team. Second half stats. The possession is 60-40 to the Canes. The territory is 56-44 to the Canes. So nothing about the wind, man. It's just the team. Clean breaks is 20-6. Offloads in these conditions is 22-3. Playing with confidence. They're a hard team to stop. Josh Lloyd had 20 tackles. Isaiah Walker-Leawere, 19 tackles. Top tackler for the Canes. Did really well. Almua beat 6 defenders. Morby had 5 line breaks and beat 10 defenders. I watched a game earlier today in which I said, man, 8 turnovers conceded by one player. That's probably the most I've ever seen. Well, D-Mac equaled that. Sadly for him, he had 8 turnovers conceded in this game. It was not his day at the office. Tears for the Chiefs guys. That's 4 years in a row. This one is the worst of them. But man, as I say, I stand by the fact this Canes team is one of the best I've ever seen. Take the opposition out of the equation. Just watch the execution of skills by these guys. The passing in the conditions, the offloading, the try scoring, and not even just bumping tackles and getting line breaks, man. It's a very, very good team. You guys let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think this takes away from the Super Rugby final, or do we just need to celebrate this Canes team? It would have been nice for it to be closer, but they're so good. We look forward to the All Blacks squad naming on Monday. There might have been some Canes guys who've changed Dave Rennie's mind last minute. But anyway, you guys let us know your thoughts. Thank you for being here for the Super Rugby season. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Subscribe if you haven't done so. See you later. Bye-bye.